Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Monday, December 9th. I am joined by Boomy at Boomy TCF. It's just me and Boomy tonight. Not going to be a long episode. As you can tell, my voice is kind of scraggly.
You sound terrible.
I sound terrible. But before we get into everything, I want to thank our sponsors, The Muddy Otter. They are out of the Lake of the Ozarks. It's Mitch and Hannah Prentice. They made this beautiful little mug for us right here. Typical Chicago fan mug. Go to their website, themuddy.otter.com. Look up all their stuff. They just had a sale that they did in their town, so they got some stuff left over from that they're going to be putting on the site. Go to their Facebook page, The Muddy Otter, or go to their Instagram page, also The Muddy Otter. Thank you for those beautiful sponsors. But let's get into it. Week 14 of the NFL. Bears got a big win on Thursday night. Ended up not being as big.
Rolling right now.
Huh?
Bears rolling right now, man. 3 in a row.
But the Vikings win kind of ruined some of the momentum. They're going to have a tough spot. It's going to be tough to get back into the playoffs as of right now. Pretty much almost impossible if you think about it.
No, definitely not possible. You just gotta hope and pray that
teams keep losing.
Something happens with Green Bay and Minnesota, and
I thought maybe Green Bay was going to go down today, but they pulled it out. But it did get closer than you'd like it to be. With the Redskins team at home, but
right, it was 20-6 till late, or 20 whatever it was. I don't remember what the final score was.
I think they won by a touchdown.
Yeah, 20. So it was 20-9. They got a late touchdown, and the Packers. I mean, it wasn't good. It wasn't a good win, but I mean, to hold any NFL team to 15 points is saying something. The offense was just a little bit stagnant today, but I mean, the offense is liable to bounce out for 30, 40, 50 points at any given moment. So I'm not too concerned. But the Bears are playing well. They got a win out, but you've seen crazier things happen. So
like I said,
they're hitting their stride.
Vikings took care of the Lions pretty easily today. Then Green Bay took care of they won by 5. The Green Bay won by 5. Atlanta beat down the Carolina Panthers today 40-20. Two just teams you really can't get a pulse for, either team.
Right.
The 49ers.
Carolina, especially, they fire Ron Rivera. They don't know who their quarterback's going to be next year. They were all in on Kyle Allen, and then he realized he stinks and don't know what they're going to do with Cam Newton. So they're kind of a team without a country, a team without a coach, a team without a quarterback. So they'll be interesting to see what they do going forward.
The 49ers and the Saints combined for 94 points today. The 49ers squeak it out with a game-winning kick by Robbie Gould, former Bear. We miss him. But it was a crazy, crazy game. I think the over might have hit. What was the over? It was 45, so it hit in the first half. So that was just one of those crazy games. The Colts, Tampa. Colts lose again to Tampa. Oh, not again, but they lose a game that you thought they probably should win on the road. Jameis Winston, he threw for like 400 and something yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. If you see the Twitter account, Jameis 1 of 1, he said he is Brett Favre 2.0.
No, oh my God, that account should be banned immediately. That's the dumbest take I've ever heard.
But that was one of the games that, I mean, there's a lot of close games today, which is week 14 was an exciting week.
How about the Bills giving the Ravens all they could handle? I mean, that came down to the last possession. I mean, that was an impressive win. The Broncos kind of raining on the parade of the Texans going in.
The Broncos went in and just took care of business quickly.
Yeah.
Vic Fangio, I don't know what he did to his team, but they were ready to go against a Texans team who is supposedly supposed to be on track to be in the playoffs, but as of right now, not really. But I don't know. What do you think of the?
Looks like a wagon right now.
Who?
The Tennessee Titans look like a wagon right now.
Yeah, they look like they found their quarterback.
Yeah. Ryan Tannehill is playing his ass off right now. 42-21, they double up the Raiders on the road. I mean, and the Raiders are no slouches. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say they are kind of slouches right now, but they're they're on the, if their arrows pointing up, and the Titans just whipped them up. And I think the biggest surprise, I guess, to a lot of people would probably be that Kansas City goes in and takes care of New England on the road. That was a really nice thing to see too. So
yeah, New England,
a lot of chaos, man.
It was a weird game. A lot of booing in New England. It was kind of weird to hear. You never really hear that with a Tom Brady team.
Well, a Tom Brady team that only scored 16 points against the Kansas City defense, that's not great by any stretch.
But they had a chance to tie it up there at the end. Brady runs for that first down at the 4th and 5, so that was a little wild. You usually don't see that. I don't know what to think of the Browns. They beat the Bengals by 8, but I don't think that's a great victory for them.
No.
Baker
I
Mayfield.
think the Browns are so overhyped and overrated. I mean, and now there's rumors that OBJ is telling.
That was Mayfield who said that. He came out and said that he was misdiagnosed, should have had surgery at the beginning of the year, missed the first 2 weeks. He should have, but he did not. So it was pretty much just Mayfield going out there and throwing people under the bus.
No, I know, but I saw something today that OBJ was saying to his opponents,
that he wanted out. But
yeah. Which, anything OBJ is the least surprising thing I've seen in a while.
Chaos in
yes. Freddie Kitchens' days are numbered in Cleveland.
But then we got the Dolphins Jets. Jets win 22-21, but the Dolphins had 7 field goals for 21 points. All their points was by their kicker, Sanders. I didn't see what his first name was. Jason's it's insane. 21.
Imagine having that guy on your fantasy team.
But they still lost by 1.
Yeah, I mean, but you don't care if he's on your fantasy team.
No, but I'm just saying, as a Dolphins fan, you're actually kind of happy about that game.
Because the Dolphins.
I didn't even think about the Chargers game today. They just whomped on the
2 teams that are
Jacksonville. Jacksonville's lost. I mean, they just paid a bunch of money for Nick Foles, and he kind of stinks right now. I don't know what you're going to do with them. Yeah, you're kind of
Jacksonville and Carolina are the exact same football team.
And then you got Pittsburgh beating the Cardinals by 6. Duck Hodges undefeated as a starting quarterback, or as a quarterback. And I don't know. It's a game that 2 teams. And I think Pittsburgh could maybe still sneak into
Pittsburgh
the playoffs.
right now. No, Pittsburgh right now is the 6th seed.
Oh wow! So they've really turned it around, but I don't know. I don't know if you can trust that team.
With that win today in New Orleans for the 49ers, that moves the Packers up to the 2 seed. So right now the Packers are the 2 seed in the NFC. I'll go through this real quickly. Right now in the AFC, 1 seed is Baltimore, 2 is New England, 3 is Kansas City, 4 is Houston, 5 is Buffalo, 6 is Pittsburgh. In the NFC, San Francisco is number 1, Green Bay 2, New Orleans 3, Dallas 4, which is hilarious to say, Seattle 5, and Minnesota the 6th seed as of right now. So we'll see if the Seahawks, as we're recording right now, the Seahawks are currently losing to the Rams,
14-3.
So that could shake up there. So
we'll see what happens with that. And then what's the Monday night game? I never got to look at it.
That is the Philly and
the Giants. So 2 teams that pretty much have no reason. I mean,
Philadelphia.
Philly's not, because that division, NFC East, is awful. Awful.
No, I was talking. My uncle is an Eagles fan, and I said that no team from the NFC East should be allowed in the playoffs. At least no team in the NFC East should be allowed a home game. That's embarrassing.
You can say that, but you know how many times a team has come out of the West and been under 500?
Yeah. I
mean,
know.
The Seahawks have done it.
You're not wrong. And I think that's the case in any of those situations. If you're under 500, you shouldn't get a home game. That's embarrassing for the league.
But at this point, they still can get to over 500. But
yeah,
Bears, they play Sunday against Green Bay. A big game for both teams in a way. Not really Green Bay, but you don't want to lose to the Bears at home if you're going to be winning a division.
If you're in and out of the 2 or 3 seed, you want to get that bye. You want to get that time off. So
the Bears looking at the last 3 games. It's Green Bay in Green Bay, Chiefs at home, and then Vikings in Minnesota. That's very tough 3 games. But the way they looked,
you want to get into the playoffs. It's going to be a murderer's row, but it's going to be 3 tough games, man. You gotta prove it.
They proved Thursday night that Mitch Trubisky can play some football. He's played well the last 3 or 4 games, using his feet a little bit.
And he played really well against the Cowboys. He should play them.
The Cowboys, though, I hate to say this, and it just sounds stupid, but the score really didn't indicate the game. The last touchdown they had was kind of weak. They kicked a field goal at the end just to try and get the onside kick, but the defense was just kind of in prevent. You could kind of tell the Cowboys just weren't in it at all the whole game, and Jason Garrett's job is he's done. He's done. He's got to be fired. I don't know if they're going to wait.
Though.
Yeah,
we said that before.
The thing is, he still can make the playoffs, so there's a lot can go on between
right now. He's in the playoffs. I mean, they're leading the NFC East.
But let's move on to some sadder things. The Bulls Heat. Bulls lose by 5 tonight. Bulls, they're just a team you can't get a hold of. They win a big games on the road, and then they come home and lose the Warriors at home by 5 or 6 or 4 or something like that. It's just a team that is not disciplined. They just don't have. They can't keep anything consistent, and Jim Boylan is just, I don't think, a good coach, and he doesn't have a handle on this team.
Zach LaVine tonight, 5 for 19 from the field. That's absolutely terrible. Thomas Henry, 2 for 8. I mean, like, come on, y'all. Miami's decent, but Miami's not a great team by any stretch. You lose to the Golden State Warriors. Jim Boylan just ain't the guy. I mean,
he ain't the guy. No one. That team is just you could tell there's a video of him trying to talk to his team. No one seemed interested in anything he had to say. He's not has any handle on that team. So I just think it's going to be a struggle the rest of the year. There's not much you're going to really do with the coach. You're not going to fire him. You can't be hiring another coach. You already paid Hoiberg, and really and truthfully, I don't think this team's really going to make a playoff run. So I don't think it really matters that much. But you would like to see Laurie playing a little bit better. He's played better as of late, but he still hasn't been playing to where you want to play. This team is just, it kind of sucks to watch right now.
Well, here's the problem, though. Like, they're terrible. We do nothing but say how bad they are, and they're 3.5 games out of a playoff spot right now. They're definitely not out of it.
The East is going to be poor. The East is like, the bottom of the East is going to be old school.
I agree, but a playoff spot's a playoff spot in the same breath. You know,
I get that, but if you think the Bulls are going to get the 8th seed, this is just not a team that, like, yeah, back in the day, those Bulls teams with Joakim and all that, even if they got the 7th or 6th seed or whatever, this team has no fight in them. Their coach has no control of the team. So
they're so young. So it's a train wreck right now.
Then we also have tonight, we got the Blackhawks Coyotes. I think it's tied right now.
They are currently, at least I'm refreshing it. Yeah, they're still tied at 3. They got 7 minutes left in the third period. Talk about another that just, I don't know, man. They're hard to get a pulse on.
You know what? I'm going to pull up on my phone because Dish Network doesn't have NBC Sports Chicago, so I can't watch the game. So that kind of sucks. So I have to watch it on my app, even though they send me Twitter things that say, oh, just switch providers. It'll be so easy. No, it's not. But the Blackhawks, they won 2 big games on the road in overtime. One in a shootout against the Devils, and then in overtime against the Bruins. 4 points. Kirby Dack got his first shootout goal, big goal, the game-winning one. And they're going to stick around, I think. I think this team can play. But the organization is screwed up right now. They got coaches getting investigated. Collison, I don't really know what to think about the guy. And this team, I mean, the other night they had 2 or 3 guys out, and they didn't bring anybody else up, and they had spots like not filled on the roster. It just seems like this team is.
You can't do that.
No, and not as a professional team. The Blackhawks should be a top tier organization in this league, and they're not playing. They're not acting like it. At least they're playing pretty well.
In the same breath, like kind of like we talked about with the Bulls, they're 5 points out of a playoff spot, and you get hot. I
have a lot more faith in the Blackhawks than I do the Bulls. Let's just say that because the Bulls,
I don't disagree.
The Bulls, I have no trust in the Bulls right now. And the Blackhawks, you can at least they got Kane, they got Tays. DeBrincat looks good. Dax looks good. When Shaw comes back, I think he's a good player. They got leaders on this team. That's the thing about the Bulls. They really just don't have a leader that can take over a game. I know Zach LaVine can play well at points. He can play well at points, but there's still points where he doesn't play well. So I think I have, like I said, Blackhawks, I have more faith in them going to the playoffs. And in the hockey's a lot different. You get to the playoffs, anything can happen. You saw it last year with the Blues. But we'll keep you updated right now on the Blackhawks game. If something happens, I got it on my phone right here, so we'll give you some updates on that. But let's get into The final college football top 4 was released today. 1, LSU. 2, Ohio State. 3, Clemson. And 4, Oklahoma. So it'll be LSU versus Oklahoma, and then Clemson, Ohio State. I think that LSU is going to wipe the floor with Oklahoma. I don't think Oklahoma's a very good team. I don't like Jalen Hurts is I think he's a decent quarterback in college, but I don't think he's going to be an NFL quarterback. And their
Everybody said that about Kyler Murray though too, and he's playing pretty well.
I don't know. I saw more in Kyler Murray on it. He can use his feet and throwing it. And I mean, he's having a good year, but I wouldn't say he's going crazy by any means.
Right.
But this defense, Oklahoma's defense, is going to be the reason they lose. They're not going to be able to stay with a team like LSU in a shootout.
I agree.
They're gonna lose their way. I don't think that because LSU's defense is not going to let Oklahoma score 40-something points. It may happen, but I think that defense is better than Oklahoma's, and I think that's going to be the factor.
I don't know. At the same breath, though, LSU did let an Alabama backup-led quarterback score 41 on them. That was after Tua got hurt, and they scored 41 on LSU. So I mean,
that
and I think
pretty good though. He scored
Jalen Hurts.
He scored
Jalen Hurts
10
times the quarterback that the backup at Alabama is, though.
Yeah, but I think Alabama's got better running game. They can mix it up a little bit, so you can throw some stuff at them, and they got better play calling. I think I like Lincoln Riley, but I just think that. I don't know. Who knows? Like I said, the thing is, though, it's a month away. It's a month away.
Oklahoma's going to put up a little bit more of a fight, I'll be honest. But I still think LSU's going to win, but I don't think it's going to be the blowout that it was last year when the 4 seed in Notre Dame got waxed by Clemson.
I also hate the layoff. I think it's pretty crazy. I think that they should be playing maybe like 2 weeks or something, not freaking a month. But
December 28th, it's not that bad, but it could be a lot worse, I think.
Ohio State, though, I think it'll be a big game for Ohio State and Clemson because it's the best opponents they played. They're playing their best games right then. That's the best two teams. The best team that Oklahoma and Clemson's played is Ohio State, and Ohio State's best team is Clemson because they had some trouble with Wisconsin. They were down at half.
Clemson had the same issue with North Carolina.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that Ohio State will win that. I think that.
I agree.
But who knows? Like you said, they kind of.
That's what's fun about it, man. I just wish they would go to the 8 team, man. I just want to see it.
But they had is it JT Fields? The quarterback for Ohio State.
Oh yeah. I sorry. I thought you were talking about something else.
Because they said he was hurt last night, but he had, like you said, he had 4 weeks to get ready, or 3 weeks to get ready. So. I don't think that will be as big a factor in this game that it was against Wisconsin because you can kind of tell he was kind of lenient on that leg a little bit, but he seemed like he was fine. Wisconsin, I was really hoping they could pull that out though because it would have been nice. But it wouldn't matter though because I think they would have maybe been a 3 or 4 seed instead of a 2. But I don't think they were not going to make the top 4. But we got bowl season coming up here.
Fields, not Josh Fields.
I said JT.
Yeah, Justin.
Okay. NIU make a bowl?
Hell no.
I saw there was one team.
Rebuilding here, man.
I gotta find this. There was one team that was bowl eligible and didn't make it.
I'm not surprised.
Let me find this here because that's gotta be a really big shot.
Yeah, but in the same breath, like if you're 6-6, you know there's a possibility. Just because you are
Toledo is the only bowl eligible team that did not receive a bid this season.
Yeah, I hate Toledo, NIU grad. That's one of our biggest rivals. I hate to see that. Psych.
Speaking.
Hey, Illinois plays in local. I guess it's really the only local quote unquote one that made a bowl. Illinois will take on California on Monday, December 30th in the Red Box Bowl. So.
Where's that at? They at least get like a nice place to go.
That is in Santa Clara, California, Levi Stadium. So yeah, it'll be a pretty good game.
So that's what's always funny about these teams that get bowls like in the coldest places. It's just like, okay,
I'd
rather
not.
not.
Can you imagine right now being Buffalo or Charlotte? You're like, I get to go to the Bahamas on December 20th.
Yeah.
Like, Buffalo Buffalo, New York. Kids that live in Buffalo, New York get to go to the Bahamas for a week.
I always think that's so cool though how bowls work, the way they play them out and stuff. Utah really missed a chance at being the big upset to the top 4 by losing to Oregon.
Got slumped by Oregon. Oregon looked good, man.
Utah though, since they had won by like what 20 or 30 points like every team I think they played since NIU or something like that.
Yeah,
I remember that game because I bet on it. They lost. Speaking of that, I bet the Lions money line last night super late, thinking that I could like try and sway something there because I wanted them to lose I wanted them to win pretty bad, but
that didn't play out.
Was
very
it David Bow? I always forget his name, the quarterback for them.
Bow, yeah.
But let's move on to the last subject. I'm kind of losing my my voice here in a way, and I got a snotty nose. But Boomy's wacky web stories. Boomy.
All right, guys. We know Christmas is only a couple weeks away, and you always see one of these reports every year. So I've seen my first one, December 6th, out of Arizona. An Arizona man is now facing charges after authorities say he tried to climb down a chimney with a bound in a vacant house. And he got stuck. He was trying to rob a bunch of stuff. And, it's that time of year, man. It's December, Santa Claus coming down the chimney. But this idiot tried to climb down, got stuck, had to be rescued. Because people don't realize that chimneys get narrow as they come down to the ground. And you can't fit there.
That's a myth.
It's not. Yeah, so it happens every year, and then this dummy. So not only is your ego broken because you have to be extracted out of a chimney by firefighters, other grown men, and then you get arrested because you're trying to break into a vacant house. Firefighters said they used a rescue ring and a rope, put on a crane, and just yanked the man out of there mid-30s. He wasn't injured, but the house was vacant, and the man was charged with trespassing and possession of a dangerous drug. So,
I wonder how that would be like.
Public service. Don't try to break into people's houses.
You said he was with a dangerous drug. That means he was just sitting out there with that in his pocket for like the whole time when they're pulling him out. Like,
he's like, what am I gonna do with this heroin?
Yeah, well, that's got to be a bad spot to be in there. You're like,
yeah,
okay, stuck in this guy's house. I'm stuck. I can't get out. But the cops have to come get me, and I have something in my pocket that is not allowed.
Yeah.
But before we get here, I got one more thing. Cubs update. Update. I'm getting tired of this. These Chris Bryant trades.
Me too, man.
Wilson. At least if they're gonna have a trade, like make it reasonable. Don't give me like a bottom 40 prospect from your team or something.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I don't know who you think runs this team. It's Theo Epstein. He's not going to trade Chris Bryant or Wilson Contreras for nothing if they're going to trade him at all. Our guy Frederick has kind of gone on and on about it. How it's kind of getting disrespectful in a way. It's getting to be pretty annoying. Because nothing's coming about of any of it other than people just talking. The winter meetings are coming up here soon, so that will be more action there. But I'm just tired of it.
I'm with you, brother.
I'm tired of it. So that was the TCF Morning Show, December 9th, Monday, December 9th. We hope you all had a good Monday. Thank you to our sponsors, The Muddy Otter. Go to themuddy-otter.com. Check out their stuff. Like I said, they just had a sale in their little hometown that they got some stuff left over they're going to be putting up in the next week or so. So go check that out. Mitch and Hannah Prentice. Go to their Twitter. No, not Twitter. Facebook, The Muddy Otter, and Instagram, The Muddy Otter. They got some good story. They got good videos on there of like some stuff they do. They always put all their products on there. Hannah's always posting some stuff of what she does at the pottery. And it's always kind of funny because she showed one time with it was like a splinter from Mitch's wood making got into her thing. So because they shared the garage for wood making and pottery. So it's crazy over there. But like I said, I don't know. The cutoff for Christmas stuff has already gone and passed, but maybe they can work something out if they already have it made. So just hit them up. They are always easy to talk to. They are reasonable. They good people. Thank you to the Muddy Otter. Boomy, thank you for coming on tonight with me at Boomy TCF. It may be a one-man show, a two-man show here for the rest of the week or so, unless we can find some people to come on.
All right, more time for us to rant and rave like
If
idiots.
you're watching though and you want to come on, you want to try this out, let us know. If you got Skype, you got a microphone. Even if you don't got a microphone, if you just can talk into your computer,
you don't even have to have a microphone.
then we will get you on here. And like I said, we allow ourselves on here, so we would probably let anyone else on here. But also, we apologize for the little layoff. We took the week off or so. We got a new Typical Chicago Fans episode coming out Tuesday night. We got a big-time guest, White Sox Dave from Barstool Chicago, the speed pitch king. It'll be a fun interview to do with him. Will be our first episode in a little bit for Typical Chicago Fans podcast. But thank you for everyone that stuck around. We love your support. It really meant a lot to us over the last week or so. Hearing that you guys wanted to hear the show, which means a lot to us. But like I said, we're back. We're better than ever, and we're ready to go. So thank you for watching the TCF Morning Show Monday, December 9th. We love you all.
Peace.